I was really disgusted to hear that at medical school you were taught to be wary of WWs.
So yeah, that was in residency. So we would do a couple of days in the OR and like 3 days in clinic. So my first clinic day, long white coat, so proud of it, it's brand new. I grab my chart and I open it up and it's a woman and it's her like third or fourth doctor visit for these laundry list of problems. She was in her 40s. Her periods were a little bit irregular. She wasn't sleeping. She'd gained some weight. She was having headaches. She had no libido. She had some aches and pains. She had some dizziness. And I thought, she'd seen family medicine. She had palpitations. She'd seen cardiology, and finally, she's going through the referral system. Well, we don't know what's wrong with you. Go to OB-GYN. Maybe it's something to do with that. And so I go to my upper level who's in charge of me that day, and I say, here's Miss Smith, and I present the case. And he goes, did you check her thyroid? I said, family medicine did. I went through the lab. She had some routine labs done. Everything was normal. Physical exam was pretty much normal. And he said, you got a WW. And I blinked and said, okay, what's that? And he said, don't write this in the chart, but that's a whining woman. And she was Caucasian, so it was actually a WWW, a whining white woman. And I internalized that story for the rest of my training. And I've talked to other clinicians across the U.S., and there are other names in other parts of the country. It's whiny gynies in California, Madame Dolores, like up in this area, TBD, total body dolor in Miami, and then status Hispanicus. Why everyone is so down on the Latinas, I have no idea. But, there is this systematic lore. Now, this guy wasn't evil. He had been taught this. But there was just something about a woman in her 30s, 40s, maybe early 50s that you couldn't put your finger on. The labs looked okay. She just kind of was complaining a lot about multiple different things, and we were never taught that hormones might be involved in this. And that story bubbled up when I was writing and researching for the new menopause, and it just stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, that happened. And that was institutionalized. Like, that was taught, that I was taught that women tend to somaticize psychological problems. And if you can't figure out what it is, it's all in her head.
That's so disgusting.